Welcome to a video from thislife.com. This is my new collection for the Korg Modwave. This is the String Machines collection. These are programs and performances all based on those classic 1970s machines, the string ensembles. So this features things like Solina String Ensemble, the Roland VP range, including a bit of vocoding for that as well, Korg Deltas, Tridents, and some Elka Strings as well. This is inspired by those 70s string machines like the Solina Ensemble, some of the Korgs, Tridents, Deltas, Elkas, those kind of things. So this is, we've got 28 performances and some programs as well that take you back to those 70s string machines, which of course were based on organ technology with some sort of wave shaping type technology to produce those string sounds when synths were basically monophonic, or mainly monophonic, and if you wanted a polyphonic synth in that time they were extremely expensive, extremely complicated and heavy. So string machines were the things that musicians could actually take out on the road with them or use it in the studio, and the Solina String Ensemble is one of those. I've actually got the Vangelis String Ensemble. I actually absolutely love that. But this is my recreation of some of those string ensembles for the Modwave you can use in your tracks and performances. So like I said, there's quite a few of these programs and I've put them into performances. So I've got quite a selection of these. As you can see here, I'll go through some of them now. So the first one is actually one I created with a bit of motion sequencing just to make it not all about strings. So we've got this one. And the idea behind that one is I've got the strings, but then I've added the extra layers in. So we've got a string ensemble sound with a bit of kick and a bit of the vocals sort of slicing in there, and you can see I'm using multiple oscillators to do that. So that's called floor machine. This one is another one that's not quite strings, but this is just useful if you want to have a bass, a left-hand bass. As some of the string machines have bass sections, so I put that in. You can use it as a program in with your layers. Okay, so let's start with the strings. So this one, this is the Elka bandpass. This is got a bit of modulation on it using a bandpass filter, and more on filters later. Actually, I'm using some of the other filters that come with the Modwave. Now what I've done on many of these is, so before I play it, what I've done with many of these is, not all of them, but most of them on knob 4 control the phaser or the chorus or whatever effect I'm putting on, so you can have them clean or you can have them with the phaser. So this is the bandpass strings. And then you can introduce the phaser. So I quite like that one, and you can see the modulation ticking away on there. Now another one that I've designed to add layers is Celeste, so the Elka has a Celeste sound. So if you want to get some of those 70s effects on there, and then what I've done that I've combined that with the strings to make the Celeste strings. And again with this one, it's got the ensemble, you can turn it off. With or without the ensemble on there. So this is a combination of the Elka strings on one layer and the low strings on the other layer to give you two string sections. And again with the ensemble, I'll turn it off first. ensemble. So the idea behind that is you've got two similar strings, but they're on octave because the string ensembles use octave divide down technology. So this is one, an Elka custom string, and this one I used the multi-filter on the Modwave to have a combined low pass and high pass, but with a crossfade on there so that you can go between them, and then using the mod controls you can then control the sound. So the frequency one controls the detune oscillator, so you can hear it. I'll turn the ensemble off, I'll put the detune up and a bit. So if you have it at lower levels, it's got a sort of subtle detune. But then if you put the detune and the frequency right up, you get a sort of ensemble type sound. And with the filter balance, you can switch between the low pass, give you like a pad sound, or a high pass. That's completely high pass. And then in the middle you get both. And you can control the ensemble on that as well. This one was based on the Korg Delta. And we've got the phaser on the control for their mod control for. So now I'm going to look at the Korg Trident. So the Trident was a bigger one of Korg's multi-instrument devices. It had a string section, I think it had bass and a synth section. So this was a much bigger machine, capable of a bit more sounds on it. So this is the 3-layer string. So what I did with this one is I noticed that the Trident has, you can have 16, 8 and 4 octaves, and you can have all 3 at the same time. So to do that, I've used oscillator 1 and 2, do the 16 and 8, and then on another layer it does the next, the 4, which is the pied pitches. That's where they came from, but it's like -2, -1 and 0 octaves. So that's how I've done that one. And we've got chorus on the modulation controls as well, the mod controls. All those 3 oscillators there, sounds a nice rich sound. This one, again from the Trident, this is called Trident Bow, and I noticed when I was listening to that bow effect, it seems to have one envelope and sound and then another layer, so that's what we've got here. So you can see from the, you've got 2 oscillators with 2 different envelopes on them, because great thing about Modwave, you've got loads of envelopes to play with. And you've got chorus on that as well. It's a bit of a bonus one. This is the brass sound from the Trident. That's available as a program as well, so you can layer that in with your other patches. This one is, I call it Church. So the next one is the Combi that's got the brass section and the strings. And this is just a Trident strings. Phasing on there. And one with the ensemble. Now, of course, the classic Solina Ensemble, which is what I was playing at the beginning of the video. This actually using the samples of the Solina String Ensemble, and I'm messing about with the custom filters to get it to sound how I want it to sound. Some chorus on them with the modulation control. Now what I've done with this one as well is on the Solina String Ensemble and the Behringer version, which I've got, on the lower octave is a bass sound, or a bass string ensemble, and I've recreated that on here, so on the lower notes you'll hear it kick in. So it stops once you get to this above middle C, which is exactly like it does on the Modwave. So you get those nice deep strings, and you can see I'm controlling that using the modulation. I'm controlling that through the mod processor. So it's off there, and then it kicks in and you get down, just as the string ensemble does. Then we've got the same sound, but this time with a phaser. Sounds pretty good. The next one I've done is another ensemble one, another Solina ensemble. This time I've split it and put a bass sound, which I showed you earlier. So you can do the Jean-Michel Jarre type stuff. This is a 3-layer Trident ensemble. And now an extra one. It harks back to my previous collection, the Vangelis collection, but I throw this one in with the string ensembles, so it's kind of a sort of string sound that Vangelis may have used. So this one is using motion sequencing and 4 layers. We've got VP from the Roland VP series strings and Vox. We've got a bass section and using some noise as well to create this, one of the sounds I demoed at the beginning. You can use the knob to bring the noise in, and the vocal, and the strings. So the next ones are all classic Roland VP-330 sounds. So the first one is the human voice. I'll show you. And we've got strings from that. And then we've got some combinations, so I've got with bass. Bass and vocals. And then we've got softer string. Nice pad sound. And then we've got string and vocals. So those are all the performances. You've also got the programs where I've split them up so you can incorporate them into your own performances. So you've got the motion sequence ones on there as well. So those are the classic sounds from the string machines. Free download from thedisclifestyle.com. Hope you enjoyed them. If you do, please like and subscribe and all that. Tell your friends, and you can find loads more downloads on thedisclifestyle.com. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.